everybody, Dr. Starrett here. We're gonna be heading to Fred Meyer today to check out some groceries and see what naturopathic doctors buy when they go to the grocery store. Come on, let's go. All right, so this is the most important part of the store. This is the meat-based protein section. Basically, all this stuff, besides the processed things on the wall here, are gonna be that's red. I would consider purchasing if they don't have anything that's grass-fed and organic. So, for instance, this is a pretty slim section. They only have some tenderloins and just a couple strip steaks of grass-fed organic beef. Like, I would still prefer these over pretty much anything here. But if they didn't have this, then I would definitely go to just some regular butchered ribeyes here. This is going to be grain-fed. It's still going to be better than nothing at all, and certainly better than not eating red meat at all. Here at Fred Meyer, like, there's plenty of ground beef. There's a whole row of ground beef over here. They do actually have pretty good options for grass-fed organic ground beef, and it's cheaper if you buy the 3-pack. Of course, it's going to also be cheaper if you go to someplace like Costco or more someplace where you can buy it in bulk. But this is still a good option for just a neighborhood grocery store. And when it comes to poultry, I always opt for organic, no antibiotics, no GMO, sustainably raised chicken. And I try to buy just the whole bird. It's cheaper because chicken prices have gone up quite a bit, and so when you're just buying individual thighs or individual breasts, it just gets really expensive. So if you buy the whole bird, you can butcher it up yourself, chop them up at the joints, throw them on the grill, and you get quite a bit more bang for your buck. So I would opt for this, or if they have organic turkey, the same qualities, I would go for turkey as well. But pretty much the entire row down here of chicken that is non-organic, I would not buy that for my family. As far as pork is concerned, I would just eat this very limited. They don't have anything grass-fed. They don't have anything really well-sourced here. I would just eat this very sparingly, and typically when we come here, we don't really buy much of it. All right, so I quit drinking a while ago, but I still love the taste of beer. And while I don't really like beer because of the hop content, it's very estrogenic for guys especially, and so you can raise your estrogen levels if you drink too much of it. Basically an estrogen tincture. I still love the taste of a beer every once in a while. I think it's relaxing, and it reminds me of the good old days. And so what I want to show you is I love this Athletic Brewing Company. They make some really cool beers that are non-alcoholic, and they still actually taste like a real beer. Most beers that are, I call them fake beers, really don't. Non-alcoholic beers have taste really nothing like a good beer. But they do a good IPA, like a hazy IPA, and then they do like a good golden. I wouldn't do more than a few of these per week because they are very estrogenic, but they're still fun to throw into the rotation. Look at this stuff. Pretty much all these processed meats, just walk right past this. Skip it all, 100%. Until we get to bacon. All right, there's gonna be a few choices here that I like as far as bacon is concerned. Most of this stuff is gonna be just riddled with nitrates and nitrates, and that stuff really is terrible for your endocrine system and very bad for your hormones, so it can block your hormones because they contain endocrine disrupting hormone blockers. So we wanna look for stuff that has no antibiotics, no nitrates, and still only eating bacon once or twice a week. Applegate makes a good product. What's another one? This is another one that we'll buy right here. Also has no preservatives, no nitrates, no artificial ingredients. This is the type of stuff that you're looking at. So these are two products that I would personally buy, and we do buy and eat them about once a week. Take a good look at this. Pretty much almost everything on this wall is complete garbage. For one, most of it's peanut butter, and peanut butter, the FDA allows a pretty high amount of a certain mold that is super toxic, so I just avoid peanut butter, especially for anyone that's struggling with acne or hormone issues. It's just something that I try to have people avoid. So what is good? Basically what you're looking for is you're looking for things without hydrogenated oils, so it cannot say hydrogenated oils in there. Those are cancer causing, diabetes causing. We don't want that. The other thing that starts to sneak into a lot of these is different seed oils, and so like added safflower oil, sunflower oil. This is the type of stuff that we really want to avoid. And so let's just take a quick look. Great example is, let's just take a look at this product right here. So cashews, it just says cashews, Simple Truth. Usually that's just like a Safeway brand, and it means that it's usually organic. Not always, but usually. But if you jump in here, you got dry roasted cashews. That's not the end of the world, but you prefer raw. And then they've added sunflower oil. So this is going to be a terrible product. It's actually going to push you towards diabetes if you're eating a lot of it. And so you want to be really thoughtful about that. For instance, we'll try to find something here that's good. This one, I already looked at it. This one's great. It's just got one ingredient. It's just cashews. And so there's nothing else added to it, no other seed oils. And so this would be one that I would consider buying. Well, I don't really approve any dairy products, and I try to get my clients to stay away from dairy as much as they can. But everybody still likes a little bit of oat milk or coconut milk or almond milk, and they try to find some sort of a replacement. So I try to help people choose the healthiest products possible. Now, there's only real two things that I'm looking for out of these products. One is that it's organic. The other is that we're not seeing any seed oils in it. Actually, three things. The other thing is that it's going to be sugar-free. So out of everything on this wall, there's really not going to be a whole lot that fits that criteria. And so I already found this one. This is what I use with my family and recommend to my patients. It's got three ingredients only. It's organic, sugar-free, and so it has some naturally occurring sugars. That's just fine. And has no seed oils included, which is the most important. So this is something that I would buy for my family. Something else that my wife likes is this coconut one, because she likes coconut milk. And so again, we're looking for something that's organic. Here it is. And really it's just coconut water. There's no added seed oils to it, which is great. 3 grams of sugar. So even less sugar than the oat milk. This is also a good product. When we're looking at eggs, we really do want to spare no expense, because the quality of the egg and the nutrients in the egg are actually dependent upon how the chicken was treated. And so I always go for one of the more expensive options, always looking for organic and free range or pasture raised. So we've got a couple different options here. You can see this is like $8, but this would be a good option. This would be a good option, just a little bit cheaper, but I would buy either one of these. Okay, so as far as carbs are concerned, these are not going to help you lose weight, but they are healthier for you than just normal rice or normal noodles. So what we see in them: chickpeas, pea starch, tapioca, xanthan gum. Not a whole lot in here. However, lentils will not help you lose weight, so you should be aware of that. I'm not watching my weight right now, so these are going in the cart. Hey guys, welcome to the chip aisle. Now, in a sea of stuff that's not good for you, we want to find something that doesn't have seed oils in it, doesn't have a bunch of sugar. So I really like some of the Siete products. This nachos one is dairy-free, made with avocado oil. And if you look at the ingredients list, there's not a ton of stuff that's even bad for you in here. It's got cassava, root flour, avocado oil, coconut flour, nutritional yeast, and just some different powders. It does contain coconut, but this is a phenomenal product. Again, everything on this aisle, this isn't a health food. Nothing here is healthy for you. This isn't healthy for you. But if you need a quick snack, this is something that's low calorie, low sugar, low carb, and you get the job done. Hey guys, so look around. There's nothing more unhealthy than what's on this aisle right here. Whether it's diet pop or regular pop, it's all just as bad for you. If you think you're going diet and like saving yourself on calories and sugar, there's artificial sweeteners in here that are wrecking you, and they're gonna push you closer to diabetes, just like a regular pop. Now, everything in this aisle is pretty much trash, but I'm gonna show you a couple things that are a little bit better. 2 tiers of healthier option. The first step up from a normal pop is just gonna be your Izzy. This is gonna be a high sugar option, but everything else about it is quite a bit better for you. So it doesn't have a ton of other additives or added sugar. It's gonna have natural occurring sugars. It's really tasty, but if you're watching sugar intake or your weight, then this is probably not a great option. When you step up, this is gonna be more of a premier option. I love Poppies. I really like this flavor and this flavor right here. Only 5 grams of sugar. It has like apple cider vinegar, it's sweetened stevia, and more natural occurring flavors. This is a great option. My wife and I like to split one a day as a treat, and to us it tastes like a normal pop. Our family really only buys organic produce. If it's not organic, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna have these chemicals on there, pesticides on there that disrupt hormone levels. So they get deposited, sprayed to prevent pests, right, from growing. That's why you get a nice pretty apple or banana or whatever it is. but it gets absorbed into the flesh of the plant, and then that's what you're eating. And that's what's blocking your hormones, causing inflammation. It can be the root of a lot of issues for people. So we do have some great produce in here. We got apples, we got bananas, we got a lemon, and then as far as veggies, we got some celery, cilantro, carrots, asparagus. Now, all this stuff is organic. If you feel like organic's too expensive for you, you can always go to ewg.com and check out the Dirty Dozen. It's the top 12 things, like top 12 veggies that change every single year that you must buy organic. Everything else doesn't matter quite as much than those top 12. It's usually going to be things with softer flesh. Stuff like strawberries are really important. Stuff like nectarines. Things like avocados don't always necessarily matter. Like for instance, this right here is actually not an organic avocado because this year avocados don't matter as much. It's got a hard shell on it, so it's not going to be absorbing as much of the pesticides on the outside. It's probably the one thing in this entire basket that's not organic. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and follow for more. We release an episode every week, so we're just trying to help you have healthier hormones. Cheers, guys. See you next week.